Welcome back to ILTV on the Hour. We're bringing you the biggest headlines from Israel and the Middle East in just 5 minutes. I'm Devil Klein, and today is day 667 of the war in Gaza. Let's get into all of the top stories of the hour. Over the weekend, Hamas released a horrifying propaganda video of 2 Israeli hostages. Videos that shocked and disturbed the entire nation. Tel Aviv, kidnapped on October 7th from the Nova Music Festival, young and full of life, is now being showed to the world as a shell of a man, starved, malnourished, tortured, and digging his own grave. The family of David approved the publication of the video and stressed the worryingly thin and frail state Eviatar is in, saying he looked like a, quote, living skeleton, and saying he may have only days to live. The last time Eviatar David was included in a Hamas propaganda video was in late February of this year, when he and other hostage Guy Gilboa Talal were brought above ground to witness the release ceremony of Omer Venkert and Tal Shoham, who were with Talal and David in the same tunnel and released in the Qatar-mediated deal earlier this year. The 2 hostages were forced to watch the ceremony from a parked car, in a heart-wrenching example of advanced psychological warfare. This time, David Eviatar showing signs of psychological and physical torture, as Hamas uses starvation as a torture of method. This confirmed by former hostage Tal Shoham, who was with Eviatar David in Hamas captivity. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Behind that door, sitting Hamas terrorists, a group of them, eating plenty of food, plenty of vegetables, meat, fish, and fruits. They have everything that they need, which they stole from the humanitarian aid that was supposed to be for the people of Gaza.
The publication of David's propaganda video comes a day after a video of hostage Rom Barslavsky's was released. Rom's family did not approve the publication of the video, but images emerging show that he too is in a life-threatening condition of malnourishment and starvation. And while the world crucifies Israel over Gaza hunger, the first images of a real and starving and malnourished person are actually the Israeli hostages held by Hamas in brutal conditions for over 600 days. Images from the propaganda video capture the arm of a Hamas terrorist. The side-by-side of Eviatar's arm with the terrorist is heart-piercing and vile. What a heartbreaking and inconceivable reality. And meanwhile, it's day 667 of the war in Gaza, and the IDF has declared the defeat of the Hamas battalion in Bet Hanun. The IDF released images showing Hamas terrorists surrendering to troops from the Givati Brigade and later leading the soldiers to a weapons depot near the tunnel from which they emerged. IDF Chief Eyal Zamir said over the weekend that if hostage deal is not reached soon, the fighting in Gaza will intensify. Zamir praised recent achievements and warned that plans are in place to expand operations if no progress is made toward the release of hostages. And in Jerusalem, Prime Minister Netanyahu is holding urgent consultations regarding the next IDF actions in Gaza. According to weekend reports, Israel and the U.S. will work to increase humanitarian aid while Israel intensifies military operations and weighs options regarding the future of Gaza. And the decision by the U.S. and Israel to increase aid to the Gaza Strip follows U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff's visit to Israel. According to President Donald Trump, Witkoff returned with positive reports and claimed the president on matters concerning the humanitarian situation in Gaza. Witkoff visited a Gaza aid distribution center over the weekend and indicated that the situation was improving. Witkoff posted pictures on his X account visiting the GHF center in Gaza with U.S. Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee, stating that they were, quote, level setting the facts on the ground. This weekend, Witkoff also met with former hostages and families of current hostages. Former hostage Ruby Chen reported that the meeting with Witkoff was positive, was 2 hours long, and ended with Witkoff committing to bring everyone home. And that's a wrap for ILTV on the Hour. We'll continue to update you on all of the developments, but for now, you can scan the QR code on your screen for our ILTV app. I'm Devil Klein. These are hard days, but stay with us for more.